Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Before I get into all, I have so many choshva guests I don't even know where to begin. It's so geschmack to be back, you have no idea. I was only away for about a week. It seemed like months for me. It was to sit down, not to worry about the camera. You get the best technology and everything works, and the chaverim here, all the people, is just, I can't explain it. I gave at least 4 shiurim, like 2, 3 in the morning over there. It was a little bit of a disaster. So it's great to be back. I'm happy to be back. You know, and it reminds Mamish, it's coming to me now, so I'm just going to say what's going into my head right this second. Yesterday, Klal Yisrael got a zetz, a big zetz. I didn't even see the news, but I saw a message. I realized right away, the matzav is not good in New York, not good in the world, that a socialist can win an election, a communist, he says it straight out. Where are we heading? And as I was walking here, and I'm thinking this right now, this all connects. We were this close of having Kamala, the president, this close, and what that would have done to Klal Yisrael and to Eretz Yisrael and to Yidden. Also, not a less Russia. And you know what? How many times do we thank Hashem that Trump won? How many times? Once? No, you every day. Not me and not you and not you. And you know why? We get used to things, and I'm saying this here. We're used to what we have here, this technology, and you sit down and a shir runs and it goes all over the world and nobody says a thing. And we don't appreciate Mamish Gan Eden. Gan Eden that Trump's into this and that he sends this and he sends that. The best friend of the Eden, the best. And we have to appreciate it every day, and then the second you don't appreciate it, then you chaf what it could really be. What could really be. I appreciate it, Mamish. The seat is even better. It's geschmack. Sitting, everything. I got my everything. It's good. And my chaver, look at it. This guy is amazing. This guy, you gave me a lot of chizuk. Tzvi Kagan. What's your story? You want to tell the Ariel your mind? So what happened? Al Kitzer, Regal, you sent me a very emotional video. I don't even know. Did I show the video you sent me?
No, you didn't.
The video of your scene I didn't show anybody?
No. We showed the scene. Oh, you did?
The scene we saw.
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah, they remember.
The speech was sent. I don't think.
Yeah, the speech.
I don't know if that was shown.
You don't have to say anything. You want to say, you can say. You don't.
No.
What say Al Regal Achas? What's your deal? The mic. Hold on. I do have to give a shir soon, so.
No, the kids. I was dating a girl for a while, about 8 months. We got engaged, and unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, we had to split it off. And it was a very, very, amicable split. There was no anger or anything between us. And, one thing that I started during that relationship that she was very supportive of, I started the shir. And as, the CM for Avodah Zarah came, and I was saying my speech, and it just came to me that, the shir completely changed my life, and it helped me get through that situation completely. And, I'm just so thankful to you, Rebelli, and to, learning Gemara, and to Hashem that the situation just ended the way it did. And, I'm just hopeful for the future.
Wow. Give you a hug. I'm going to give you another one. Thanks. Wow. Beautiful. So how long are you doing the daf already?
Since Avodah Zarah. I started Avodah Zarah from the beginning. And been keeping up since then every day.
Wow. Kol hakavod. Sheping natas. Wow. Kol hakavod. And that was your first siyum ever?
First siyum ever made in my life.
How old are you now?
22.
22. The shidduchim are going to come pouring in now. They're going to see you. Mark, who's this guy next to you? Shalom Aleichem.
Happy Zalem. West Hempstead.
Who you with Mark?
He's now.
Oh, you're this guy.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah.
Right, so listen to this story. This is amazing. Like you go to a guy, say, come, you should change your life, learn the shir, come join Daf Yomi. So we have, first time I ever heard something like this. David, who comes every single day, meets him, he says, you got to do this shir. He says, he sat him down, he opened it up and watched an hour shir with him to make sure that he watches it. And since that day, you haven't missed?
No, it's Ariel and haven't missed.
That's how you get a guy to join the shir. You got to learn from David. It's unbelievable. Go ahead. It's unbelievable. We have Rabbi Avram Weisfish. We have the Bezdin over here. Rabbi, anybody want to do Ataras Nadarim or anything? Look at this. We have the Rosh Koilel. We have Leiba's back. Well, Tzvi. Noch a Tzvi. Wow, Shalom Aleichem. Tzvi Spiro. What are you doing here?
Got lost.
Who are you next to? That's the famous Hefter. Kinnovations. That's the famous. Kalmo, get over here. Kalmo. The famous Kalmo just had a bar mitzvah. Well, we're gonna start here soon. Shalom Aleichem. I have to make. Whoa, wow! You got taller and bigger. Kalmo, how many sechtas did you do with us? You're 6 mesechta. Bar mitzvah bacher, 6 mesechtas. How many daf is that? You can take more, but how many daf is that? Do you know? Over 200? Over 300?
Yeah.
Since the Shabbaton. So when was the Shabbaton? Somebody do the new quick math, no? 350. What? So you already since the last Shabbaton? Mapaton. No, that was this one, but it was the last one. It was in December. Okay, 3, 4. Wow. Mazel tov. The Olam is wishing you a lot of atzlacha, a lot of bracha. You should continue steiging, you should continue loving learning. Be the best in your class, okay? Go. Go, Shamo. What about Shamshi? He's back. Shamshi's back. Shamshi, we love to have you back. It is great to see you. All right, who else is a guest? I saw you're not such a guest. What? Not a guest. Well, you know who's a guest? Donnie Fine is a shtickle guest these days. Wow. Hillel. Okay. Rabbi say, okay, so I'm going to skip all the emails. What? Who? Oh yeah, that's right. You're a guest. How you doing? You're sitting in the wrong table. There's actually one more seat over there next to.
Mark's here.
Ah, okay. No, I'm just saying you belong over there with the Langebards. So what's your name?
Shlomi Litzman from Muncie. From
Muncie. Shalom Aleichem, Shlomi. Very nice. Thanks for coming. Breakfast is sponsored by Ariel Simon in honor of his first daf anniversary with MDY today. The visit to MDY of the MET Consortium, the end of Shiva for Ezra Neuberger, see email. I did not see the email yet. Is it important for today? Boys, check this out. This is our one and only. They're all here. Where was this?
Tveria.
Oh, this is in Tveria.
Good morning, Rabbi Shai.
I'm supposed to read this now. Okay, I don't start out with the Rabbi Simon. It better be a good one. I didn't edit it. Nothing. What a day and what a year. What started out a year ago is trying a new limud has morphed into a new life and a lifestyle for me and my family. Psh, that's why I'm reading it. I know this made a big. You're Ben Torah, a real Ben Torah, but even a Ben Torah could use a little chizuk once in a while. I had a thought that normally when people try something new, they're very excited in the beginning, but then after the new car feeling wears off, then so does enthusiasm, excitement wanes over time. But my experience with MDY is the opposite. I've spoken to many others in the family who concur that the excitement only grows from day to day. Psh, that's a good one. I can personally say that I don't think a year ago I would have recognized the myself of today and where I've been able to grow. As Rebelli mentioned the Vard from Reb Chaim Kanievsky a few weeks ago, the shot in Rashi about Noach being the greatest in his generation, and the basketball player, Ayin Sham, that when a person is put into the situation where people around him are better, then they will help him up his game. Whether it's doing things that I would never have done on my own before because I didn't have the peer encouragement like in learning on the plane, Molandi, or chazing all the week, stopping on Shabbos, Yossi Klein. And due to Eli's constant encouragement and chizuk, everyone in MDY is capsulated. No. Catapulted. Catapulted is big. That's why I like to read these over before in Chazer and go to Google this, pronounced like this. So we'll always step up to the plate. In addition, having the schus of meeting other people, special people in the MDY family. Like for example, our special guests for today, Mark, Eli, Tzvi, Consortium. Anyone who knows them knows what they do for MDY. It's true, not stam. They don't know what they do for MDY. They think they know what they do for MDY, but there's many hours they don't even know. And I would be remiss to not mention the Kiss from Hashem, how my 1-year anniversary lands on the last day of Shiva for my Rebbe, Reb Ezra Neuberger, who's my Rebbe who set me on a trajectory and steered me on the derech of always being a Ben Torah and Eved Hashem in everything I do. If I could share one lesson that he taught all his Talmidim, which he truly lived and breathed himself, he would always say the Chazar is not just a way to retain what you learn. A 13-year-old kid comes over to me in Farakwe. Farakwe became Gar Yeshivish. I even learned the new word, Fakocht Yeshivish. That's what they say. It's Fakocht Yeshivish. Anyways, it's a 13-year-old kid comes. I'm not going to say too many details who he is. He comes from he's from a Choshev family.
Fakocht family.
No, they're not. But the famous family comes over to me and says, "Could I ask you something?" I'm a big fan of your shir, big fan. His mom, she's the way he said it, I believed him for a second. And he's like, so why did you do Chazara? So I said, okay. Yeah, we try, we have a Chabura, and we encourage it. We even we had a raffle, I don't even know what happened to that raffle. He goes, okay, good. So you're gonna do Chazara? I'm like, yeah, I just told you. He's like, listen, he's 13 years old. I'm making you a shliach to tell the Olam that they have to do Chazar. I said, okay, good. I'm making you a shliach. I said, okay, I heard. How many times? I'm going to keep on saying it until you do it. Ma'aseh Shaya. I did your shlichus. The grandchild of the Rosh Yeshiva. He'd always say that Chazar is not a way to retain what you learn, rather it's part of the actual process of learning. And it is Kisva Maluach Libecha that we're commanded to do. He would always call it the Briach HaTichoin of our learning, meaning it's a part that holds everything together even without being seen. Now that we're learning Kachim, I'm sure we'll have an AI rap explaining what that is. I know in MDY we say it's Gishmak to the Daf, but may I suggest we also add it's Gishmak to Chazer the Daf. I'm making you a shliach. Here he is. Like Yodav Mashanibo. I know I don't have a future as a rapper or songwriter. Don't worry, Nachman. And now that we have just the daf in 20 and 30 minutes, it makes it so much easier to be able to review and really enjoy the daf exponentially. It goes on. And it's 7:32. I learned Chazal daily. Personal Shirin says, those who know can't answer. There's a famous phrase, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. My parting words, this holy Chabura, he's parting. Rabbi says he's leaving us.
Parting words, I'm not talking anymore.
Oh.
That's a present.
That's a shwashov. It's like saying I'm not going to sleep for 6 weeks. My parting words to this holy Chabura is that we capitalize every day on the gift of the present and make the most of it in our Vayis Hashem. And I hope that on my next anniversary, I look back and see how much I was able to grow because of the MDY family I'm surrounded by. With the rebellion at the helm, captain of the ship, enjoy the breakfast. Ariel, get over it. Ariel, another get over it. This is Choshev. The boy said, what would the shir be without him? Wow. Beautiful letter. Yishkoyach, thank you very much. You're a big part of this shir. I know. Literally.
Because of Ariel, because of his Rashiva, we're restarting the raffle.
Because of our pushing, because of this, we're restarting the raffle. Givaldic. Okay. We have a beautiful. I have to say sponsorships. It's crazy. Okay, I'm skipping all those. David Solomon dedicated memory of Avi Meir of Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Dov Zichron Livracha. Mesechel sponsors and anonymous. I don't think we ever started this year so late, but I had to catch up on a bunch of stuff. We have a lot of choshev guests. Anonymous. L'schus refuah shleim Menachem Tzvi Ben Yenta. Sponsored by Skyberg Capital in honor of our friends Meir Kovacs, Taki and Shamshi Shavrak. For the devotion to Thursday in the Shir, Joe Gedalis, Lili Nishmas, my father Jack Gedalis, the anonymous and Tzolach Brooklyn Zivagashmias. Monthly sponsors anonymous Brochat V'Lidai, Baruch Tzvi Nisim Ben Shoshana Leah, Yehuda Ben Yom Ben Chava, Tzvi Jacobs. For refuah shleima for Brocha Bat Chano, Ari Simon, Lili Nishmas, Rabbi Umoiri, Harav Ezra, David Ben Rabbi Naftali, Alevi Zechat Tzagli Brocha, Neuberger of Ner Yisrael Niftar, San Cheshvan, a true loss to the Ner Yisrael community worldwide. He's a weekly sponsor. Daily sponsors: Chananya Pashkis, Lili Nishmas, Avi Moiri, Yuda Aryeh Ben Shlomo Meir, Olav Shalom Niftar, Yudal Mer Cheshvan. is the Shalom should have an aliyah, Shalom Kagan, in honor of our son Tzvi Kagan, who has not missed a daf since Avodah Zarah daf Beis. Wow. There it is. Eli Epstein, Nishmas Haroifa, Chaver, Mordechai, Hashem Yekim Domi ben Israel, Zechroino, Levrochas, the Shalom should have an aliyah. Rabbi Yaakov Bleich, in honor of the engagement of my son, Avrami Bleich, from Kiev, to Leah Brownstein from Minneapolis. Gewaldig. Yeah. A Shidduch. Innovations LLC, in honor of Mark, Tzvi 2.0, Ariel, Kalmon, of course, Yisrael. The chesed that you do for Klal Yisrael is Noira volume. Welcome back, Rebelli. You were missed. Alan Rabinowitz, Yishkoyach Innovations. Alan Rabinowitz, in honor of his daughter's Chassan on November 9th, their Mir Hashem, Shalom, Alan. It's been a while. Wow, you mom shared for Tkufa. Gewaldig. In honor of Chaim Gideon Menashe Ben Miro from London on his birthday, with admiration of his dedication to learning, wishes of full refuah from his family. Amen. And the Wayard monthly refuah Shleima for Yonatan Eitam Ben Bashav Bracha for Shleima Mordechai Ben Esel refuah Hayel Daniel Zeb Ben Hayel Esther. We have to appreciate what we have. Mamish, our mishpacha, our life, our health. We only start crying about it when we start missing it. All of a sudden, a little thing is gone. We can't use your thumb. All of a sudden, you realize, wow, I need it. Without it, I can't do it. What am I going to? How do I pick up a box? All of a sudden, what? A bowling ball. A lot of things. How do I write? How do I write? All of a sudden, you have what do you call it? A socialist, a communist? And all of a sudden, wow. It's gone fine before that. Wow. All right. With Daf Nun Beis Omad Aleph on top. Oh, yeah, no. We're in the middle of a brayso. We have a pasuk. Oh, yeah, no. El Mizbeach Shel Oila Yeh LaYisoid. So let's jump into this Yisoid thing here. Yeah, Yisoid. Here we go. Ready? What is the Yisoid? The Yisoid is the base of the Mizbeach. I think by the red. You see the red? You should not do the Zrika over there, but by the green you could. Maybe that's what the pasuk is. Who told you the pasuk is coming to talk about Shirayim? Perhaps it's just the Zrika has to be by the green area, wherever there's a base, because not the entire Mizbeach has a base. Wherever there's a base, then we do Zrika. Wherever there isn't, no. Says the Gemara, Michsiv El Yisoid Ha'oila. Doesn't say the base of the carbon oila. El Yisoid Mizbach Ha'oila Ksiv. What's Mizbach? Mizbach comes to tell us that all the karbanos, every single one, has a chiyuv to do the shirayim over there. Says the Gemara, wait a minute, it's not true. You're telling me that the word mizbach is extra. No. So it goes like this. This is beautiful over here, you can see it. This is the yisoid, right? So I think that you could put the blood, we know they have to put the blood on the green area. You have to pour it. What if you put it on the red? Are you yaitza? No. That's what the pasuk comes to say. Pasuk says there's one area on the mizbech that you're not allowed to put it on. The area closest to the floor, I don't know if it's what the reason is. Maybe because it's not so chashav, it's next to the floor. But it's supposed to be on the green area. And Taisus points out green and above, meaning of course you could put it on a wall, but not the bottom wall, the top wall, everything above the green. Havamina b'skival yisoid. It's telling you have to be on the top, on the roof of the yisoid, on the horizontal part of the yisoid, not the vertical. Why do I need a pasuk b'chlal for the roof? The leftover blood of a chatas. It doesn't really do much. It doesn't create a forgiveness, a kapara. Yet you must put it on top, on the roof part of the yisoid. Certainly, the beginning part of the zrikas, the initial parts of the carbon which give a kapara, and then shetuna gag yisoid. Of course, you need the gag. Amar Rabbi Kiva, and then comes Rabbi Kiva and says the same exact thing. The only difference between Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Shmuel are two words that seem redundant. They're almost the same. So basically, they're saying the same. The Gemara is going to ask, what's the difference between them? Same. Kavachaymer. Mash your chad Hashem chaprim. Oh, there's no kapara, but then he sticks in vein boim lechaper, and they don't come to give a kapara. Tunagag yisoid chilasoido shem chaperes uba lechaper. It does come for kapara, and it did tunagag yisoid same kavachomer. MK matamadoim el yisoid mizbach. So why do I need a pasuk? Tein yisoid mizbech shaloilo. That's what we had yesterday. Tein yisoid mizbech shaloilo just means that the shirayim must go on the yisoid. Might be nayu. But what is the difference between Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Akiva? They said the exact same thing. Plus or minus this word ve'ein boim lechaper. Uba lechaper. But Rabbi Shmuel also says it comes from a kapara. He just adds uba lechaper. So what's the difference? Okay, we came to the conclusion that you have to put the shirayim on the mizbeach. But what happens if you don't put the shirayim on the mizbeach? Do you have to redo it again? So very interesting though. What does ma'akvi mean? Up until now, daf nun aleph on base 50 daf into Zevachim. Ma'akiv. What does ma'akiv mean to you? What does ma'akiv mean? Think about it for a second. It's ma'akiv. And then what? What do you do if it's ma'akiv? It doesn't work. And then what? Do what again? Did the guy get a kapara? No kapara. That's ma'akiv. Rashi says over here he gets kapara. It makes sense. Think about it. Let's break it down. He did the 4 zrikas on the mizbeah. You got a kapara, didn't get a kapara. The second you do the last zrika, boom, it's over. You got a kapara. So now what? Now I have to take the blood and pour the rest, the leftover, on the mizbeah, and it's ma'akiv. Not that it undoes your kapara. You had a kapara. So then what's ma'akiv? Ma'akiv that you have to shecht another animal and do another shirayim, but the kapara happened, says Rashi. Oh, says Rapapa, listen, shirayim is not ma'akiv. Don't worry about it. You don't have to shecht another carbon. So v'hacha b'mitzvah chatas ha'if ma'akiv komiflig. The machlekes is something completely different. Let me show you this video. It's first time I saw it, I told him not to do this again because it's kind of long. It's like a short featured film.
סטארט-אפ חדש בשם קורבן טק עושה מהפכה בעולם הקורבנות. המכשיר החדש שלהם, בעזרת אלגוריתם חכם וקרן לייזר מדויקת, יודע לזהות אם נשפכו שירי אדם לפני שמעלים את קורבן העולה למזבח. אם השיריים לא נשפכו, המערכת פשוט מזהה ולא נותנת להעלות את הקורבן.
What I like about this is that it gives you a story in your head.
קורבן טק עשויה להיות שווה יותר מ-NVIDIA.
או אפילו יותר מביטקוין.
Oh my God. What is this? We have a deal then.
Yes, a deal.
wo bent?
So what do we see here? Shirayim, loy ma'akvim. The same thing, just like 30 seconds shorter for me. All right, Shirayim loy ma'akvim. Rapapa Amar, the kuliyam Shirayim ein ma'akvim. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go snoring. Ein ma'akvim. Shirayim ein ma'akvim. It's not the end of the world if you don't pour the rest of the blood on the bottom of the mizbeach. So what's the machlokes? To remind the olam, when you shecht a bird, there's not enough blood in a bird to pour into a vessel and capture it and then pour it from there. So what do? First you have to do hazah. Depends what kind of bird. We said enough community between an oila and a chatos. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, this is hazah. He takes it and he, like a ball, you have to toss it toward, you're not hitting the mizbech with the actual bird. Something like that, okay? That's hazah. Then there's mitzui. This is mitzui. You give it a good squeeze on the mizbeach. Actually, we have another one. Let's do the other one. Here, because this is more for us. I don't think there's that much blood, but okay. The saber seyonayim. You give it a kvetch, a good squeeze. Is that ma'akiv? That thing? What if there's not enough blood in the bird to give it a kvetch? So we have machlokes whether or not the last bloods of the bird are ma'akiv. So we have a raya to Rapapa that what shirayim loy ma'akiv, like the Yathed Ne'eman. Ve'ez kol adam yishpach. It says by the par Mashiach, the par of the Kohen Gadol, he does an avera. Ve'ez kol adam yishpach. Matam loy hapar. Why does the Torah say the word par? Limed al parim kippurim. So from the Kohen Gadol I jump and have a limud to Yom Kippur. Shetav matan dom le'yisayid. That Yom Kippur needs blood on the Yisayid Divrei Rebbe. Omer Rabbi Shmuel Kavachomer. I have a Kavachomer. So this is, to me it's fascinating. I don't care if you guys don't think so. I think it's fascinating. You know in Kachim, if the Torah says something twice, Shon Olav HaKosov Lakiv. It makes it, you have to do it. Says Rashi, when Rabbi Shmuel adds a Kavachomer, he was Ma'akiv. It became twice. Once in the Torah, second time in a Kavachomer. That's 2. 1 + 1 = 2. La'akiv. That's what Rashi says. Not that he's trying to say, why do I need a pasuk? In addition to the pasuk, now I have a Kavachomer, now I have 2. Is it fascinating? No. Fact checking. If you don't have to go and do it, you still need a yisoid. Here's another fascinating thing. You read it, it just doesn't make sense. The Parkan Gadol, you don't have to bring the dam into bifnim? Of course you have to. So why does the Gemara say you don't have to? The answer is, because he doesn't have to bring a carbon. He shouldn't do a chet. His chet is not necessary. If he sins, yes, you're right, you must bring it inside. But he doesn't have to sin. He doesn't have to make mistakes. But Yom Kippur you have to bring. Every single year you have to bring a carbon Yom Kippur. That's a must. So Kavachomer is a Kohen Gadol who doesn't have to sin. Yet he has to put his blood on the Yisod. The carbon on Yom Kippur that you do it year after year, and you must bring the blood inside. And in addition to Yisod, certainly you need the Yisod. Here, once again. This is slightly different. Not the same as before. But he says, you don't have to bring the blood into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Par Kohen Mashiach doesn't go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. What goes into the Kodesh HaKadoshim? Yom Kippur's things. Bein l'chayva, bein l'mitzvah, ton yisoid. So, certainly, Misha nichnas dama yichayva, l'fnai l'fnim, and it is ton yisoid. When you have to bring the blood into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, certainly you should need the Yisoid. If the Kohen Gadol, you don't need the Yisoid, you need the Yisoid even though you don't go into Kodesh HaKadoshim, certainly when you go into Kodesh HaKadoshim, you should need the Yisoid. Yochol Yakvenu. Now we understand what the Gemara's question is. Yochol Yakvenu. I think there's a Ma'akiv. Why is there a Ma'akiv? Because they have 2 sources. One is a pasuk, one is a Kavachomer. Tamad loymar v'kilo mikaper esach kodesh. Shomu kol kaparas kulon. In other words, once I do all the zrikas, I'm done. I'm finished. The shirayim comes afterwards. What comes afterwards is not ma'akiv. Shirayim is not ma'akiv, like Rav Papa. Divrei Rabbi Shmuel. Kavachomer leparkoi Mashiach. We have a Kavachomer before we learned the Yom Kippur from Kohen Gadol. Kavachomer leparkoi Mashiach. Mi'ata, so if so, umami shein nichnas dama lefnim, lechoyva v'loy mitzvah ton yisoid. We have the Nasi. Nasi, he doesn't bring his carbon into the... No. Mishein nichnas dama lefnim, lechoyva v'loy mitzvah ton yisoid. Lefnim over here is what? The heichal. Mishenichnas dome lefnim. Yeah, this is the Kohen Gadol. Kohen Gadol doesn't go to Kodesh Kodashim, but he goes to Lefnim. Mishenichnas dome lefnim. Bein lechayva. Bein lemitzvah. And Udin sheto and Yisoid certainly should require the Yisoid. Yochel yakvenu. Once again, I have a couple chayver, so it's twice. So it's ma'akiv. Talmud loymar ve'eis kol dam apor yishpoich. Should say b'shofach. It says yishpoich nitgoy ha'kosov. So yishpoich is like a mitzvah. You should take this and pour it. So it says the Gemara, "V'asoy shior mitzvah loy v'chashirai mei ma'akiv." It's like a lav anitik lasei. It becomes like a mitzvah, but it's not ma'akiv. Okay? So in Mela, you see like Rav Papa, that shiyore hadam ein ma'akiv. V'sar Rabbi Shmuel. So now we're just going to go back, because the Gemara said, what's the machlokes between Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Kiva? The machlokes is on something completely unrelated, whether or not you don't have what to squeeze out of the bird on the mizbech, yoytz or not. What Rabbi Shmuel actually holds that if you don't have enough blood to give a kvetch, it's ma'akev. Atone the Rabbi Shmuel. V'hanishor b'adom yimatzei. V'hanishor yimatzei v'she'eno nishor lo yimatzei. That if you don't have, you don't have. What are you going to do if you don't have? What? What happened? There's a conversation going on there. What? He wants to remind me. Shh, everybody, don't say anything. People live for this. You should have seen in Lakewood. When I turned the page, 20 people. Sponsors! So I stopped the show. I said, listen, who raised their voice? Sponsors? Like 20 people. Okay, could I faher you on what we just said the last 2 minutes? Or you're like concentrating to say sponsors. Tzvi, you want to say it? Say it. Go ahead. Oh, you want to say the sponsors? Here, let's go. Turning of the daf. Go here. Put it on the screen. Here we go. Read it. Tzvi, you read it.
Just a dark global. That's it.
Go. You say a dark global. Go. Say. No, here it is. It's on the screen.
Too many words.
Adar Global. Lilishmas Reb Zelig Ben Reb Avram Meir Meisels. Lilishmas Reb Yehuda Doiv Ben Reb Yisrael Zuchron Levracha. Anonymous. As a schus v'atzlacha and ruchnis and gashmias. Judah Elisheva and Batya Schlesinger for atzlacha and simcha for Yol Yehuda Ben Dvora Elisheva Miriam Eschana and Batya Bas Elisheva Miriam. Yivaldik. Now this is the famous Maisa, but we got to say it over here. I haven't said it in a few weeks, maybe days. I love this Maisa. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's a classic. Chassid goes to the Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, I only have enough oil for Ner Chanukah or Sreifas Apsilis. You know, Sreifas Apsilis. Which one should I do? Which one should I use the oil for Chanukah licht or for burning all the wicks after Chanukah is over? So the Rebbe said, of course you should do Ner Chanukah. What's the Shayla B'chlal? The Chanukah for the mitzvah is greater than the mitzvah itself. So, it kind of reminded me over here. This is like, okay, if you have it, you have it. You don't have it, you have it. It's like, I went like this. I did this Rika, Kamoshet Sarach. So there's nothing inside. The kvetch is not the end of the world. So says the Gemara, no, Trei Tanoia, Valiv the Rabbi Shmuel. You're right. It comes from Rabbi Shmuel, but there's machlokes in Rabbi Shmuel, whether or not you have to give it a kvetch or not. Our sugi holds, Rabbi Shmuel holds, it's ma'akiv. And here it says it's not ma'akiv. All my Romi Bar Chama. Haitana Sovar Shirayim Makveh. I have a Tana that does hold that Shirayim is Makveh. If you don't do it, you have to do it again for the Shirayim. The Sanyo Hakoina Machate Oisa. Here also, I'm going to give you a little bit of a. Maybe you didn't chap this one when you're just reading. What's Hakoina Machate Oisa? The Kohen who does Zrika, he gets to eat the carbon. So let's say Rabbi Schoenberg does the Zrika. She gets to eat the carbon. What about Donnie Fine? Does he get to eat the carbon? No. Yes. Why? The Torah doesn't mean literally the kohen that does it. The kohen that's able to do it. Kohanim that are able to do the zrika, they get to eat it. Just the question is, I just wanted to throw it out. So what does Oisa mean? Why does it say Oisa? It says, the one who does zrika, Oisa, it. Oisa shenitan dama lamala v'lo Oisa shenitan dama lamata. you can't mess up here's the line, and there's dam that goes below the red line. Oy vey, not this. Yeah, if you put the blood above the red line where it really belongs, below the red line, you do it above instead of below, or below instead of above. You messed up. It's ma'akiv. Okay. Amris. What do you put above the red line? Doyle remembers. Chatos. What else? Oil soif. Amris. Where did you get this from? Amizbach. V'goymer. Adam zevachar yishav agam mizbach. Lamanu linitonim b'matan arba shim nesonim b'matona ala achas keeper. If you mechuyev to do 4, the Gemara makes an interesting tushtel. The chiyuv is to put 4 matanos on 4 chatos. He's supposed to be on 4. 4 kronos, let's say 4, and you only did 1. It's good. So Mela, the Gemara wants to make a little bit of a jump, and if you're supposed to put it on top and you put it on the bottom, no, you're also good. You're supposed to do 4, you did 1, it's good. So if you're supposed to do it on top, you did it on bottom. What's the difference? You're supposed to put on 4 parts of the mizbeach, you only put it on 1. You're supposed to put on this part of the mizbeach, you put it over here. Similar. So I have the son says no. You have no kapar. Just I want to stop for a second because I have nothing else to say, and it reminded me when it says yishapech. A guy was holding a full cup of coffee. And he's about to walk into the bismedrash, and he went in the coffee room. So there's a sign on thing. It says, "Please do not bring coffee into the bismedrash." Ayin Ibn Ezer Simon Samachay. So this guy's a big Talmud Chacham. He says, Ibn Ezer Simon Samachay. Oh, Hilchas Nesuin. What shaykh is marriage with coffee? And he's trying to figure it out. He doesn't. So he goes into the bismedrash and he pulls out the Ibn Ezer Simon Samachay. Opens up and he sees a tremendous coffee stain on the whole. All these but goodies. Diana wasn't paying attention last time.
I never heard you say that. Okay?
Really?
And I never heard you say the other one before also. I never heard it.
I heard that.
This one for
Maybe Motzei Shabbos, because you weren't here Motzei Shabbos. Listen, I say jokes on Motzei Shabbos also, you know what I'm saying?
I never heard it. Very good.
These are Motzei Shabbos jokes.
Very good.
You know what I mean? Fine. Anyway, Vidinu, Nemru Damim Lamala, Vinemru Dam Lamata.
You should fly more often.
Please not. Oh, yeah. Wow. I think I took your words literally, fly more often. It's not like I flew to New York and back.
Right.
I flew to Utah. When I was in New York, I flew to Utah, which is another 5.5 hours, then back to Chicago, then back to New York, then back to Chicago, then back to Eretz Israel.
Once.
A lot. For MDY. It was on the MDY private jet.
Hey, Morgan, you can give us fly business.
Never done.
Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Oh, where are we? Should we just start the whole Amud again? The blood that you're supposed to put on the bottom. So Rashi says, what's the blood that he's put on the bottom? Chatas oif. Why chatas oif? Because that's what it says in the Torah. The Torah talks about blood on the bottom by the bird chatas. You did it up above the red line. Lo keeper, you don't get a kapara. The same thing. If you're supposed to put it on top, it's oilas oif. You're supposed to put it on top. Lo keeper. So we have really, you don't need to come onto the va'isa. It's more of a, let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Nothing, oh, okay. Got it. Says Gemara, loy. You can make a distinction between the upper bloods and the lower bloods. Why? The lower bloods that you did above, shein seifim l'malam. They don't belong on the top. They never go on the top. That's why loy keeper. Tamer bel yoinim. But the upper bloods, shenesadim lamata, sheyesh mem korev lamata. Remember, we had a sugya similar, and this drove me crazy on the plane, because I thought I gave wrong pshat in that sugya. Why? I'll remind you, tell me what you say. But the bloods that you go on the top, they go to the bottom. So you remember we had that on Daf Chav Zayin. And what did I say pshat then? Why do they go on the bottom? It drips down. And I look in Rashi, and Rashi says, no. You put the shirayim on the bottom. I'm like, whoa, maybe I said wrong pshat there. But no, Baruch Hashem, until I found it, it says over there, what?
There's a place somewhere that says that drips down.
Yeah, Rashi over there says it drips down. Yeah, Daf Chav Zayin. Rashi over there, until I found it. You know what I'm saying? Chav Zayin is a long time ago. Chazara, with Chazara. So, over there, that's the pshat. It drips down. Over here, we're talking about shirayim. Rabbi said the whole sugi is shirayim, the leftover. Oh, I got to tell you this shirayim ma'isa. It's a ma'isa shahaya, but it so happened to me that I got to tell you. There was a ma'isa shahaya. There was a guy in the Ger Tish. You can imagine thousands of chassidim. And this guy really wanted a strawberry. He wanted a strawberry. So he screams out, he goes, Betty, toot! Now the problem is that he didn't realize, but the Rebbe went like this. He did like one of these motions that tells the Olam, quiet. And when he goes like this, it's quiet. The thing is, he didn't see it. So he screams out, imagine, Betty, toot! And the place is quiet, and he screams, Betty, toot! And the whole place looks at him like, whoa! You want a strawberry? Okay, to say there, but like in front of the area, it's shash still. And they always, this guy's name, everywhere he went for the rest of his life, is Benny Tut. That was his name, Benny Tut. Like that's how you would know him. Now, for whatever reason, is that Twillery?
Yeah.
That's the guy gave me that exact suit for free. Like I walk in the Twillery.
Story?
No, but I have ADD.
That has to do with elements.
Yeah. No, I want to say Yishkach the Twillery. I walk in there and the guy goes, I can't believe it, I do you know. Take shirts, take this. He gave me like 5 bags. Miss Shug, it was crazy. Spicy. This is spicy. I never got so many hugs in my life. Never. The same guy kept coming over to me. He was like attacking me. He's Camp Simcha guy. You chap what I'm talking about? No, you chap. Okay.
David Rosh Hashanah behind him.
Oh, you know the guy I'm talking about?
David Rosh Hashanah behind
He
him.
has that kind of energy the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I gotta hook you up with this. This is a lightweight suit. You gotta see this. Oh, it's gonna look so fantastic on you. Wow, spicy. Anyways, fine. Back to the story. To my mazel, and it happened now also. I'm in America. I come back to Eretz Yisrael. I go to Pnei Shmuel, and the guy's davening. V'sein ta'alam al bracha. V'sein bracha. I scream out, and the whole place looks at me. I'm in America when they change it. What a bizayon. I'm like, what? Why is everybody singing me? Shit, they changed it. Oh, in front of 150 people. 1 year goes by, I'm in America. I come back, same shul, different chazan, the shaita, in the middle of Shon Esrei, St. Talamat the bracha, and nobody's correcting him. So I scream, the same bracha! The whole place, this second year, I'm like, oh, wait. And it just had, this year, it happened again. I'm in America when they switched it. I don't know, I have a mazel of going to America during the switch.
That's the problem.
Anyway, I just thought I'd share with you my busha. Benny said he was here. A guy he corrects the chazan at the Sphere Seimer, but he corrected the wrong day. The chazan was right. He was in America. He comes back. He was in the wrong. His head was in a different place. He corrects the guy. Anyway, fine. Zok the Gemara. Where are we? Damim apnimim yechichu sheyesh mim kor b'chutz v'shirayim. Even when you do inner bloods in the heichal, you still have to pour the blood. Where do you pour? You don't pour it in the heichal. There's only one place to pour the blood, and that's outside. And if you put it to begin with, to start out with, outside, there's no kapara. And the same thing should be with shirayim. Loi. No, you can't bring a raya. You know why? Because the inner bloods that they don't have like a kapara from the mizbech hapnimi. Tomer bel yoinim shari kronois mimarkis oisam.
There's another step.
What?
There's another step that has to be done.
Okay. Tomer bel yoinim shari kronois mimarkis oisam. So it's really like a kula. The chatos is much more chamer. Why? If you miss one By the Chatas, if this one hazah, it's all over. But El Yoinim, Shari Kras they have a kula. That's how I learned it. There's a little bit of a kula here. In the sun lamatok sheirim, and if so, therefore it makes sense. If you put it below the line, it's kosher. That's why I need you can't switch it around. If it belongs up, you put it up. You put it down. There's no kapara. My shame is bech hapanim markum. What do you mean that the inner mizbech doesn't give it a kapara? Lav elu shirayim. So you see that shirayim is ma'akiv. So according to what you're saying, I have a kavachomer. Mas shirayim apnim shesayim chayva b'chutz. The shirayim, the inner shirayim. But it comes outside, you have to bring it outside afterwards, nevertheless, even though eventually it's going to come outside. But if you started the azayis, you do it outside, there's no kapara, so certainly, when you put blood on top, and there's no reason to bring it below the red line. If you put blood where eventually it's going to go, which is outside. Eventually you have to do shirayim outside. And you start out the zrikas and you do it outside, it's no good. So if you put blood where it eventually doesn't go, of course it's not good. So we have to switch it around. We're not talking about, you're right, we would have a good raya here that shirayim is ma'akiv, but we're not talking about shirayim. What we're talking about is paroichas. You have to switch and say the raya is from paroichas. Here, this is the hazois of paroichas. That's what he's trying to say. Remember, we had hazois inside. Inside means the paroichas. Torah Rabbanan, just one short sugi here. Hopefully we get there before Shachar. Torah Rabbanan, v'kilim kaper. And actually we had this chazara. This chazara, whoever did chazara remembers this. It says two words. V'kila, he finished. Mikaper, which I don't know how to translate exactly. Mikaper, he'll get a kapara. Im kiper, kila. If he did the kaparas, if im kiper kila, once he did the hazayis, he finished. He's finished his job. In other words, what happens afterwards, the shirayim is not so important. He did the hazayis. Bim loy kiper, loy kila. And if he didn't do the hazayis, he didn't finish. Did Rebbe Akiva. Omer Rebbe Yehuda, that's Rebbe Akiva. So we have a chalais Rebbe Akiva and Rebbe Yehuda. Omer Rebbe Yehuda, according to you, it should have said, why shouldn't we say im kila kiper? If he finished, he got a kapara. Not if he did a kapara, he finished. If he finished, he got a kapara. It fits better into the words. But basically, they're saying the same exact thing. It's just what word you say first. Again, Rebbe Akiva says if he is mechaper, he did azos, kilo, he finished. And he's saying if he finished, then he gets a kapara. But isn't that the same thing? Im like kilo like kiper, shemchizi sarachas mikol hamatanos, lo yosef like klum. If it's coming to say that you have to do all the matanos, but that's what Rebbe Akiva said. Rebbe Akiva said if you do all the matanos, you get a kapara. My benayu. So what's the difference between them? Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shua ben Levi. This is machlokes if there's a difference or not. No. They say the exact same thing. The question is, how do you want to read the pasuk? You want to read it v'kila mekaper or mekaper v'kila? But they're saying the same exact thing. No, there's definitely a real machlokes l'maisa. What if you didn't do the shirayim on the side? Do you get a kapara or not? The stayim, the Rabbi Shua ben Levi, who the Omar shirayim the makvi. It's Rabbi Shua. We have a machlokes between Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shua ben Levi, whether or not there's a machlokes at all. Here we have a first. Rabbi Shua ben Levi said that one of them, somebody holds that shirayim is makvi. Don't Rabbi Shua ben Levi. The divrei ha'omer shirayim makvi. Oh, according to that person that says shirayim is makvi. In other words, Shimon Levi holds, one of these Tanaim holds that shirayim is ma'akiv. Maybe parecha do matchil batchila b'fnim. You bring one, you have to shecht from wherever. Let's say the blood spilled, so you bring another par and you start from there. Because if you think about it, shirayim means leftover of something. So you got to shecht and then you have leftover. And you continue from that point on. Other Rabbi Yochanan, let's say Haisfara, but Rabbi Yochanan also agrees that somebody says that shirayim is ma'akiv. So they're both saying the same thing, Rabbi Shimon Levi and Rabbi Yochanan, yet they're arguing whether there's a machlokes. What do we do here? Other Rabbi Yochanan, Leslie Haisvar, Rabbi Yochanan, Tana Rabbi Nechem, Kedivri Oim Shirayim Makvim. There is a mandama that says Shirayim Makvim. So what are we going to do? Elo Kedivri Oim V'Lav Lav Tanoi. yes, there's a Tana that says that Shirayim is Makiv, but not Rabbi Yehuda or Rabbi Akiva. In our machlokes that we just brought down between Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Akiva, we still don't know who says what. It's yes. Both Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shimon Levi say that there's a Tana somewhere who holds that Shirayim is Makiv, but we don't have a raya whether they're talking about Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at mdydaf.com.